Hi everyone, this is Wende, owner of PassionateHorsemanship.com. In today's episode, I want to talk to you about trail obstacle training, where to begin. The first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that your horse has a good foundation. Now, when I say good foundation, you want to make sure that your horse leads well beside you. You don't have to drag them along, or you're not pulling them back that they're trying to go off in front of you. So you want them to pay attention to you so that when you're walking along and you stop, they stop. If you walk faster, they walk faster. And of course, I understand that takes a little bit of time to do, the walking faster. But still, you want them to walk beside you, or if you trot, then they're trotting beside you. When you stop, they stop and they listen. The other thing you want to make sure of is that your horse backs. I've seen a lot of horses that have a challenge with that. Also, being able to move their hindquarters around, move their forequarters around, and also the side passing. Now, when you first begin, side passing is not something that you need to be all that concerned with, because that is a little bit of an advanced skill to get the side passing, because you have to be able to move the hindquarters and the forequarters really well before you're able to get the side passing good there. But those are the things that you want to be able to do well before you begin with the obstacles. Because the thing is, when you start adding obstacles, if your horse has problems with any of these things besides the side passing, like I said, that's an advanced skill. But if your horse has problems with those other things like leading well, and you start adding obstacles in, you're just going to cause more confusion and frustration, because you're asking your horse to go over some obstacle and they're not going to go. And so then you're pulling and trying to get him to go over the obstacle and stuff. Or like if you want him to back up over something, then you may have a challenge there because they don't want to back up. Because that's the thing, I've seen people when they go to do, let's say that you take them over a pole. You take just the front feet over a pole. And then you ask the horse to back up. And the horse has just planted its feet. And it's not backing up at all. And then I see people where they're just yanking on that halter, trying to get the horse to go backwards, and the horse is just standing there, or it starts throwing its head up in the air, which that's what a lot of them do when you see people yanking on the halter. They start throwing their head up in the air, trying to get away from that, which I don't blame them. I would be too. Or just pulling back and the horse is not going any place whatsoever. So that's why you want to make sure that your leading as well, your backing goes well too. And when you start out with the obstacles, you want to start out with just a couple of obstacles. Don't add a whole bunch of obstacles in there, because the goal is you want to build your horse's confidence in going over these things. Otherwise, if you start adding a bunch of obstacles in there and ask your horse to do it, like I said, it's going to cause frustration, confusion, and it can start some bad habits in your horse, because they'll think, I don't want to do this, because every time I walk over that bridge or piece of plywood on the ground or something and I don't go, then I get my halter yanked on. So they get to where they start refusing things, and you don't want to set that up. You want to set your horse up for success. So that's, like I said, that's one of the things you can do when you're first starting out. Don't try to do all the fancy things. Just get good at leading your horse over stuff. And then when you get to backing, you've got to do the simple things. You don't want to do what we call an L, where you have four like landscape timbers that you lay down and they're in the shape of an L. You don't want to try to back through that L in the beginning, because that is a more advanced skill. And a lot of people have a hard time with that. And why? Because they don't work on getting their backing really good for their horse to understand that. And so that causes the confusion and frustration. The other thing you can do is set up two barrels. Go between two barrels. Horses are claustrophobic. Sometimes they don't like to go between things like that. You're going to have to separate the barrels a little bit further to get them to go through the barrels to build their confidence. So again, just keep it simple on the obstacles, because like I said, you want to set your horse up for success. You want them looking forward to doing that. The thing about the trail obstacles that I really like is it builds a deeper bond. It can improve a horse's confidence if they need it. It can improve your confidence if you need it going through the obstacle course. It's just amazing what the obstacle course can do for you and your horse. It improves communication. It improves your horsemanship skills, because you find out you have to get clear in your ask when you're doing the trail obstacles. It's just, like I said, it's amazing, amazing what you can do with the trail obstacles. So if you've thought about doing it and you thought, wow, this looks like a lot of fun, I'm just not sure how to teach my horse different things to get him to do some of these obstacles and stuff, reach out to me. If you have questions, let me know. I'm happy to help you. You can find information on my website at passionatehorsemanship.com, or be sure and join my Facebook group. You can find me at Equestrians Who Love Trail Obstacles on Facebook. We have a great group of people over there, and you can get in there, and it's a great community. We help each other out. So come over there and join the group. Equestrians Who Love Trail Obstacles on Facebook. And remember, don't force your horse. You want to win with your horse.